happening, gang? It's your boy Retro back again with another reaction video. Yeah. Today we got another huge update. Now you guys can probably already tell that it is going down. Just by that title alone, you guys are definitely gonna want to check this one out. So we're seeing a major plot twist coming in the whole Biden Autopen scandal. As we got former top officials for the Biden administration like KJP coming forth and spilling the beans on everything that was going on behind the scenes, guys. I'm excited to get into it, so we're gonna hop straight into it. All I ask that you guys please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and without further ado, let's hop straight into it, folks. Check this one out.
Well, we think we know it was his inner circle, and Nira, our witness from a few days ago, she told us who the inner circle was. Obviously, Anthony Burdell was one of the people in the inner circle. He's Jill Biden's chief of staff, which is very unusual for the First Lady's chief of staff to be one of the people calling the shots in the Biden White House. But we had heard reports about this, and she confirmed it. He was supposed to come in. We had sent him an invitation weeks ago. He confirmed and said he would be in today. But then yesterday, his lawyer called us and said that he was not coming in. That's when I issued the subpoena today. You have to give people an opportunity to come in voluntarily. That gives them an opportunity to hire a lawyer and gives them their due process. He said he would come in, and then he reneged. I think, Sean, he reneged because President Trump waived executive privilege. And obviously, he was probably going to come in and claim executive privilege and try to not answer any of our questions. But now he's subpoenaed. His executive privilege has been waived, and he's going to have to answer questions about who operated the Autopen and was Joe Biden aware of what his inner circle was doing with respect to executive orders and pardons.
All right, you guys, and just like that, we're getting into the good stuff. Grab your popcorn, grab a hold of your seats. We got the GOP Oversight Committee with a breaking news tweet saying just yesterday, Karine Jean-Pierre has been called to testify in the Biden cover-up. We got the chairman, James Comer, demanding interviews with KJP, Zients, Ian Sams, Bates over Biden's mental decline scandal and shady Autopen scheme. The cover-up is unraveling and the truth will definitely come out. As we can see here, that former White House press secretary, Karine Jean-Pierre, as we like to call her around here. You'll never hear me call her Karine because she was just so cringe when she got behind that podium. Then we got the former White House chief of staff. This is Jeff Zients, also being called or subpoenaed to testify. We got Ian Sams, the former White House Office of Counsel to the President, being called. And then we got the former White House Deputy Press Secretary, Andrew Bates, also being subpoenaed and called to testify. Boom, bow. Can't wait to see what comes of that. We just seen Nira Tan and a couple of her associates from the former Biden White House being called to testify. We heard James Comer letting us know that she keyed us in on who those prominent figures were within his inner circle. So we're definitely going to get to the bottom of this, the meat and potatoes. And then just like that, we've got House Oversight Chairman Representative James Comer with another bombshell update, tweeting out saying, as we aggressively investigate the cover-up of Joe Biden's decline and the unauthorized use of the Autopen, I am now demanding more former Biden staffers come before Congress. And then he lists the list of four individuals: Karine Jean-Pierre, Ian Sams, Andrew Bates, and Jeff Zients, saying that Americans deserve answers. We can see the subpoenas right here for typed out very nicely for these former fraudsters. They knew what was going on behind the scenes. Now it's just going to be up to them, whether they want to, save their hide, or if they want to go ahead and, go to jail for the Biden cover-up scandal. But I don't know. Knowing what we know now about Karine Jean-Pierre, that former White House press secretary, she already came out with a book, about Biden, how his decline, how he was slipping within the White House. So I wouldn't be surprised if she want to save herself a little jail time and just go ahead and rat him out, seeing as she says she's not even in the Democratic Party anymore. And you guys already know what they say: when it rains, it pours. It is surely pouring down on those former Biden officials, the Biden regime. We now have Senator Eric Schmidt with a breaking news tweet saying that he just took a first of its kind act on the Biden Autopen cover-up scandal. Quote, he is saying, using my authority as chairman of the subcommittee on the Constitution, I have submitted a special access request to archivist Marco Rubio to obtain sealed documents. Says that it may blow this whole thing wide open. Okay, and what's he requesting? Looks like he is requesting a presidential incapacity. Senate Republicans are seeking paper trail of Biden's Autopen use. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. And I told you guys, we're going to get to the bottom of this. I mean, very tip of the iceberg stuff when they call it the first 4 witnesses in. Now we're getting to the nitty gritty. It's going to be a whole bunch of finger pointing until we get to the bottom of it. Who actually was in charge and who actually was using, abusing that Autopen. I can't wait to see it. Can't wait to see it. Meanwhile, we got President Donald Trump in the White House in the press briefing room lighting it up. Check out what he's doing to the reporters, almost teasing them to keep going. Something you would have never got with old Joe Biden.
By the way, so many questions. Should we keep this going, Pam? This is the opposite of Biden. Biden would take a half a question and he'd leave without answering it. Go ahead. You tell me when it gets boring. Okay. By the way, so many.
You tell me when it gets more. We'll just keep on going, giving the people what they want, giving the people what they deserve. This is what we voted in. President Donald Trump, it's night and day from that last regime, the Biden administration. He even said to himself, Biden would get up there, take half a question and not even answer it, and then say he's done with questions, no more for the day. Whereas President Donald Trump, he's got these, that's the best part about this clip right here. These are our liberal mainstream media reporters begging Donald Trump, like, please, let me get another question in. They love this guy. I mean, they finally bought in. You can see it by the amount of hands that were raised in the room. I mean, look at them. They're all smiling, cheering, except for this guy down the bottom left. But I mean, other than this guy, everyone is having a great time in there. I mean, they're getting the answer that they want. They're getting all that press time. And this is something that we just weren't getting with old Joe Biden. And then he continues on.
Mr. President, a leading global economist just did a 180 and says your tariff plan, you may have outsmarted everybody with it. What is your message?
I love this. I love this question. This is the favorite. This is the best question I've ever been asked because I've been going through abuse for years on this. Because as you know, we're taking in hundreds of billions of dollars. No inflation whatsoever.
Come on now. And you got to remember, this is praise coming from, liberals, the liberal reporters, liberal mainstream news. I mean, these media outlets, we were not seeing that just a couple of months ago. They were all questioning, skeptical about Donald Trump's tariffs on these other countries, and if he was actually going to bring us to an equal playing field in respect to that. But you're seeing Donald Trump bringing in hundreds of billions of dollars tax-free. And now these folks can't do anything but tip their caps to Donald Trump. I mean, let's just be honest with ourselves. He is getting it done. But he does not stop there, folks. He continues on.
Is there any more information on the special prosecutor? So many Americans still have questions about the 2020 election. And speaking of rogue judges, would you consider appointing somebody at DOJ maybe to investigate the judges that allowed for the political persecution of you, your family, and your supporters during the Biden administration?
I love you. Who are you?
I love you.
Well, it's just a very nice question. And it's not a setup. I have no idea who you are, but I appreciate that question. All I can say is we're not here for that. I hope so. I hope they're doing a thing because that election was rigged and stolen, and we can't allow that to happen. You know, a lot of people tell me, sir, you just won the greatest election in the history of our country. You won at numbers that won all 7 swing states, won the popular vote, won everything. Sir, go on with your life. And many people that say that, good people, friends of mine, then you have people that say that same thing, go on with your life, but you have to find out what happened because you can't let that happen again. Look at what this lunatic did. Look at what he did. He opened our borders to people that were murderers, 11,888 to be exact, murderers, and we've captured many of those murderers, and we're bringing them back, or some of them are so dangerous that we don't even want to bring them back. We're afraid they're going to try and come back in. But he allowed people to come into this country, people from mental institutions, insane asylums, that's a mental institution on steroids, people from mental institutions, gang members, drug dealers, people, jails being emptied out into our country. Venezuela emptied out almost its entire prison population into our country.
All right, guys, and that's Donald Trump going on. It's President Trump and not me, YouTube. Please be nice. Be nice. I didn't say anything. I literally just said he does not stop there. He continues going, and he just, went on. He's proven a point about the whole 2020 scandal. I don't want any smoke. Please, guys, be nice in the comments. Hop in the comments. Let me know your thoughts. Hopefully, YouTube doesn't mess with me too much about that one. But then we have Stephen Miller going off on a shifty Adam Schiff. Check this out. We got a little bit of news on everyone today.
Adam Schiff is not only a stone cold, hopeless loser, but he is one of the most corrupt, one of the most shameful, one of the most heinous individuals ever to serve in public office in America. And everything he's devoted his life to has been debunked, discredited, and discarded. He literally represents the face of failure. His sole achievement in life was fighting a losing war against Donald Trump, and now President Trump is in the White House, and Adam Schiff is the leader of a dying and dethroned movement. It really is amazing. Think about what the Democrat Party is fighting against. What are they trying to stop?
And it's only a matter of time, guys. I mean, Stephen Miller calling it how it is. It's only a matter of time before we get to the bottom of that as well. I can't wait to see Adam Schiff, Shifty Schiff, being held accountable for his actions as well. But oh wait, there is more. We got a tweet coming out here, breaking news update from our friend Benny Johnson saying President Trump just terminated all discussions on trade with Canada. Says they messed up big time. Let's check out what he had to say. All right, folks, I was able to blow this up a bit more for you guys to follow along with me. Again, this is a true social post coming from President Donald Trump on Canada, saying we have just been informed that Canada, a very difficult country to trade with, including the fact that they have charged our farmers as much as a 400% tariff for years on dairy products, has just announced that they are putting a digital service tax on American technology companies, essentially a dairy technology tax, what I'm getting from this. Trump then saying, which is a direct and blatant attack on our country. They are obviously copying the European Union, which has done the same thing and is currently under discussion with us also. Based on this egregious tax, we are hereby terminating all discussions on trade with Canada, effective immediately. We will let Canada know the tariff that they will be paying to do business with the United States of America within the next 7-day period. Thank you for your attention to this matter. Okay, so just a threat of a tariff. I think this is going to bring them back to the table. Once again, I mean, that just shows you the power that this guy Donald Trump has. You gotta love it. That's true leadership. He doesn't even have to actually slap him with the tariff. I don't even slap your hand. I just say, hey, I may slap your hand in 7 days if you don't figure it out. And I bet you they get moving. Oh my, that's true leadership. This is what we need. Speaking of what we need, we don't need this right here. We got Democratic Representative Rashida Tlaib going off on the latest SCOTUS ruling.
This is an incredibly dangerous decision by the United States Supreme Court. Folks, wake up. The Supreme Court now says that we can't permit nationwide injunctions against the Trump administration, even on birthright citizenship. They didn't care about the constitutionality of birthright citizenship. They made this decision because they are a bought Supreme Court. This is an incredible...
So we got a bought Supreme Court is now with these loonies on the left are claiming with the Supreme Court's nationwide injunction ruling. A huge win for President Donald Trump. We won't see these silly, activist judges being able to block Donald Trump's deportation efforts of these known public security threats, known criminal migrants. It's time for them to go back where they came from. And this one was a little funny tidbit from Elizabeth TikTok. A little daily reminder that this DEI hire was appointed by an Autopen. So we got Ketanji Brown Jackson, Supreme Court Justice, being an Autopen hire. Okay, so who's to say that Biden even wanted her if he knew what was going on? Who's to say that he would have wanted to appoint her, put her in that position? I mean, she was appointed by the Autopen. maybe we should go back and investigate a little bit more, dig into who actually signed that or who put the Autopen to use, and if she should be serving in that seat as Supreme Court Justice. Yo, there we have it, guys. Oh my goodness. I told you guys, I warned you, get your popcorn hot and ready and grab a hold of your seat, because this is going to be a wild ride. We're just tip of the iceberg still. I still believe there is so much more to come as far as this whole Biden Autopen scandal. We're going to be covering that all right here with your boy RetroStef. Guys, definitely hop in that comment section. Comments are open, and I'm excited to hear what you guys are thinking on this one. Also, make sure you guys please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you'd enjoy more content like this. Catch you guys on the next one.